Hey everybody, welcome to another recap of Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. Last time Coach was totally blindsided. Duh. So at the Villains tribe, Jerri's pretty worried because she thinks that she's going to be next because Coach was her little bed buddy. Alright, Sandra and Courtney, one of them is going next, says Russell. Well, it's time for the reward challenge, and it's an old one from Token Sheens. You gotta rank everybody on the tribe, and then they're gonna go head to head on this Spiderman wall challenge, where the perches gradually, every 10 minutes, get smaller and smaller until you drop like a fly. So, it's head to head, so the first tribe to get 3 points wins the reward challenge. And it is a feast from Outback Steakhouse. It looked amazing. Well, it did when they actually had it. All right, so Russell sits out because he's fat, and Courtney is at a real advantage because she probably weighs about 2 ounces. So, hooray, it's Amanda's 100th day playing Survivor. She's the only one in the history of Survivor. And during the challenge, JT sends little love signals to Russell like, hang in there, it'll be okay. I know it must be horrible with all those girls. Alright, so Colby is out first, followed by Rupert, which means the villains were leading 2-0, and then Amanda drops. So the villains end up winning the challenge. And the Outback Steakhouse, like I said before, the feast was fabulous. Sandra misses her husband in the army because they always used to go to Outback Steakhouse, but you know what? He's got to defend the country and she's got to play Survivor. So she's enjoying herself. Parvati opens her napkin and finds out that there's a note in it. She discreetly tucks it into her underwear right next to her wiener. So she sneaks it out of there, shares it with Danielle. They don't share it with Russell. And they had a really good time at the feast. So meanwhile, back at the Heroes tribe, JT, he's coming up with a plan that he's going to take the hidden immunity idol from his tribe and give it to Russell because they want to have Russell on his side when it's time to merge. So at the at the Villains tribe, Parvati and Danielle take a shovel and go looking for the hidden immunity idol. Not too obvious. I don't know how anybody missed that, but they dig around and they find it. And they're not going to tell Russell about it. Now, he was rooting around in the trees there. I'm not exactly sure whether he knew or not. They never really said. JT at the Heroes tribe writes a gay love note to Russell with explicit instructions on what to do. He's got to vote Parvati out. He's got to destroy the note right after he reads it. And he's got to become his gay lover after the merge. Because he's going to be in the final 3. Alright, so it's time for the immunity challenge. There's a rope obstacle course through the water, but the puzzle bags are what's attached to the tether ropes. Each tribe has to gather their 5 bags of puzzle pieces and build a totem pole at the end. So Sandra sits out. Now, during the challenge, it just so happens that Colby and Russell were last on their platforms. So Colby takes the opportunity to connect with Russell. And he says, "Are you going home tonight?" And Russell says, "Mm-hmm." And Colby said, "Who's running the show?" And Russell says, "It's Parvati." So Colby says, "Well, vote her ass out. JT's got a package for you." So at the end of the challenge, which of course I'm thinking, Russell didn't try too hard because he wants to get his little reward. He probably wasn't going to win anyway, but he sure wasn't trying. So, yeah, he gets the package. The whole thing seemed a little contrived to me because when do they do a big group hug after a immunity challenge? It didn't seem right. It just seemed really, I don't want to say fixed, but it seemed fixed. So JT gives it to Russell. Russell shares it with Parvati, even though he's not supposed to. He's not following the rules. And it was hilarious. The note was it was like it was written by a 5-year-old. So at the Villains tribe, Russell wants Courtney out, but Parvati wants to keep Courtney around, and she tries to convince everybody to get rid of Sandra instead because, Courtney's going to be her little puppy dog. So at Tribal, Coach appears in a kimono. It was very sensei. He had his hair pulled back in like a I don't know what you would call that, samurai ponytail. That's it. So Jeff says it's all about trust, but then it's Sandra and Courtney going home, and Danielle is feeling a little angst because she kind of calls Sandra out for stirring the pot and making her go to the other dark side, Russell and Parvati. They forced her to do it. They excluded her, and Sandra's like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And Jerri totally gets called out for being in their alliance as well, but Jerri's like, I was never in no one's alliance. I don't know what you're talking about. So it's time for the vote, and unfortunately Courtney gets voted out by at least 4 votes. And and Parvati has the distinction of joining the 100 Club along with Amanda the following day. So next time, it's the merge, and Russell is playing the lonely boy card to the max. But Sandra tells the truth to Rupert, and Rupert's head explodes because he cannot fathom the concept of lie. Till next time, much love.